As well. First of all, I give honor to the Most High and Son Yahushua. Capt Yahri of the Battle Axes of the Most High coming into another Tuesday, too legit to quit class. Me and J-Ball finally switched back to our rifle classes. And I'm back to your too legit to quit Tuesdays, man. So for brothers and sisters that are tuning in, I'm planning on tuning in just now. We've been putting these righteous rehearsals acts together for a long time, and now's not the time to give up. As we're in these last days, we want to make sure that we are fervent in our works, that we're strong, sturdy, guided by the Most High God and His Spirit, which is the Word, that we believe on the Word as the Scripture says, according to John 7:38, that we get a better understanding of the law, statutes, and commandments that the Lord has given us. Tonight's class, we will go into simple, just the calendar. All right, we will be putting out our Battle Axe calendar. It's already out, but we'll be passing it out this weekend, Lord willing. We were going to try to do it this past weekend, but the weather is not permissible. So I pray that brothers and sisters get an understanding of the calendar, because guess what? We all can start doing the calendar ourselves, right? We can start looking at these calendars and seeing how we do these things ourselves. So we'll just go through the precepts of everything to find in the calendar for our calendar days. Just go through the precepts of it and show how we get our calendar situated. Shalom, shalom, family. And we'll go from there. So we'll come in, get started here in the next 2-3 minutes. I do have the calendar from last year. We'll start from there. What we'll do is get our new moons together, and then we'll come to our new calendar, which I have right here. Get this gum out. And just go through the precepts to show brothers and sisters how we accumulate the Sabbaths, the high holy days of the Most High God. Shalom, Sister Mary Houston. How you doing down there, sis? Pray that all is well with you and your family. I pray that the young ox and bulls out there pushing that truth still heavy. Glad to see you online. Hope we get to see you soon back in Dallas. All praises. About another minute or two, we'll get it started. I hope every brother and sister are doing well with this weather that we have been going on right now. Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters. We've had some tough roads out here these last couple of days. Brothers and sisters been off. I hope if you have been driving, I pray that the Lord is giving you that traveling grace to make it safely. About to get it started here in a little bit. I'm looking for one more thing, then we'll get it started. Again, all praises to the Most High God for this lesson. Like I said, we'll be going over our calendar. So the first thing that we want to do, and I know, brothers and sisters, if you have your calendars, you can pull it out and follow with me. But the first thing, in order to get a calendar set up for a congregation or for the Hebrews or for yourselves, the first thing that we want to do, and it enables us to get a great start and able to get a great feeder of what we're going to do. So with me, the first thing that we want to do is we want to get Shalom family. You want to get your new moons, right? This is the first thing that we want to touch on is the new moons. If you get your new moon set for each month, that will be able to take you to the next step of putting in the high holy days for the Lord, right? And you'll be able to see these days based off the new moons, because you know the new moon, it always has a part to play in the high holy days, right? And we're going to touch that. So with the new moons, we want to let's go to Exodus 12 and 2 right quick. First thing we want to do is get our new moons. All right. Book of Exodus chapter 12. Let's start at verse 1. It says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you." Right? So we know that this month that we're going into is the Passover, right? We know that the Passover is the beginning of months to us, or the beginning of the year, right? And we also know that that Passover, that is our new moon, right? That is going to be our new year, right? So we know that when we look at our Passover right now, right, our Passover is going to start March 19th. That will also be our new moon, right? Salaki, our Passover is going to start March 19th. Our new moon is going to be the 19th. Passover is going to start on the 1st, Salaki, because that's the first month, right? That's the first day of the month. The month of Bib, which will be the first month of the year to us, March 19th will be the first day of the new year. That will be our new moon. That will be the first day of the new moon of the new year, March 19th, and it'll come in Wednesday night at sundown. So we'll celebrate it Thursday, right? That new moon, March 19th. We're going to celebrate it on that Thursday of March 19th, right? That will be our new moon. Again, Exodus 12 and 2, and the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It is the first month of the year unto you. So March 19th will be our first month of the 2026 year as for the Hebrews, right? So we see that now we have a start, right? We have a start. This is going into our new year. Let's go to Isaiah 66 right quick. Let's get some more precepts on the new moon. All these precepts will help you delegate in your calendar, right? These are just precepts on new moon, Isaiah 66 and 23. "And it shall come to pass that from one moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord. And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have gathered together, that have transgressed against me. For their worm shall not die, and neither shall their fire be quenched, and they shall be an abhorrent unto all flesh." So we see that we're going to be keeping these new moons even in the kingdom, right? Shalom, brother Azariah. Shalom, brothers and sisters. So we see that this is a part of us, new moons, Sabbath days. We will be keeping these in the kingdom. That's why it's so heavy that we start learning how to do this right now, right? First thing we went to Exodus 12 and 2. Let's go to Psalms 81 and 3. The book of Psalms, chapter 81. We'll start at verse 1. Verse 1, sing aloud unto God our strength, make a joyful noise unto the God of Jacob. Take a psalm and bring hither the tremble, the pleasant harp with the psaltery. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed, on our solemn feast day. So the new moon is in its time appointed, right? We know this time, what we're speaking of is the memorial of blowing the trumpets, right? But the new moon has to be in its appointed time, right? And this is very heavy for your new moon. Because when you get into our big three high holy days, when you get into dedication, when you get into Passover, and when you get into Pentecost, you're going to have a new moon in between those 7-day Sabbaths that we keep, right? So we're going to have a new moon, a full moon, not a new moon. We're going to have a full moon in between those feast days. Those 3 feast days, you will see a full moon, right? Within those 3 feasts. Not a new moon, you'll see a full moon, right? It's going to give you the understanding, right, of what we're doing. Because if you look at it and take around, you have 14, basically in the Hebrew, you have 14, 15 days, dark moon, and then you have 14, 15 days to your what? Your light moon, right? Or your new moon, how they call it. The dark moon, we said, we celebrate the dark moon as our new moon. A lot of camps celebrate the full moon, right, as their new moon. But you're going to have that every 14 to 15 days. This is a way that you can always understand what's going on around the times. When you see a dark moon, 14, 15 days later, you're going to see a full moon, right? Vice versa. When you see a full moon, 14, 15 days later, you're going to see a dark moon, right? This is how this is. So, again, 81 and 3 of Psalms, blow up the trumpet in the new moon in this time appointed on our solemn feast. So we want to make sure that we do these things right. This is a heavy job that we do. So a lot of brothers and sisters, they ask for the calendar because they want to make sure that this thing is right so they can get the days off of their jobs for their year. Go already and put in their weeks off, their days off for tabernacles and things of that nature. But we want to make sure we do it right. So we got to make sure that we do it in its appointed time, right? Blow up the new moon in its appointed time, right? So first thing, if you got that, put that down. Your new moon, the first month of the year, the first new moon of the 2026 year will be March 19th. It will come in Wednesday night when the sun goes down. So we'll celebrate it Thursday, right? Now, let's go to the Passover because that's what's next, right? Well, before we get there, now we want to go to every new moon, right? That's like I said, the first thing you want to do is get your new moons in order. So we know every 30 days, there's going to be a new moon, right? So March 19th was our new moon for the first month. Now April 17th, right, will be the next new moon. It will come in Thursday night, and we will celebrate it April 17th, that Friday. Now, a lot of people will be like, well, why is it not on the 17th the same as the last one? Because in the Roman Greco calendar, they have 31 days in some months. They have 30 days in some months, right? Even February has 28 days. So it's not going to line up that way according to the scriptures. But we are going to go every 30 days. So from March 19th, 30 days from March 19th will be April 17th. It will come in Thursday night. We will celebrate it that Friday. So April 17th will be the new moon for the month Ziph, right? So Abib, new moon will be March 19th, and April's new moon Ziph will be April 17th, right? Now, 30 days from April 17th, which is the month Sivan. When the month Sivan comes in, the new moon will be May 16th, right? And they're going to be close to date. And then you're going to see certain months with the same days in it, right? So you're going to have same days, right? You're actually going to have new moons that fall directly on the same day of the next month. Why? Because some months have 31 days in the Roman Greco calendar, right? Well, we know That the Hebrew how we do it. So for Abib, you should have March 19th, new moon. April or Ziph, you should have April 17th, right? Celebration for Abib will be Thursday. The celebration for April will be Friday, April 17th, right? For Ziph. Now, Savan, new moon will be May 16th, right? It will come in Friday night, but we will celebrate it on that Saturday. What does that mean? That means we're going to have a double Sabbath, right? So that means we're going to have a 7-day Sabbath along with our new moon, right? So we're going to have a double Sabbath in the month of Savan. The new moon will be May 16th. That will also be the 7th-day Sabbath, right? So that's going to happen periodically. And that's going to be a lot. 2025, what we just came out of, we had like 2 or 3, maybe 4. But I think into this year, we're going to have a little bit more. We're going to have like 4 or 5 double Sabbaths, right? Well, the new moon will fall on Friday or Saturday. So Abib, new moon, March 19th. Ziph, or April, new moon, April 17th. Savan, or May, new moon, May 16th, right? June, which will be the 4th month, right? The 4th month, new moon, 30 days from May 16th will be June 14th, right? We will celebrate that on the 14th, that Sunday, right? It will come in that Saturday night, right after the sun goes down from our 7-day Sabbath, we will have new moon, right? And guess what? That's also considered a double Sabbath. So you will have a double Sabbath that even comes in before your 7-day Sabbath or follows directly after your 7-day Sabbath. If that makes sense, sometimes you're gonna have a double Sabbath where Friday will be your Sabbath as well as the Saturday 7-day Sabbath, or you have the 7-day Sabbath and Sunday, right, as your new moon, like we're having in the 4th month. That also will be a double Sabbath, right? So June the 4th month, new moon will be June 14th, right, and that will be a Sunday, right? So that 13th will be a Saturday. That 13th will be a 7-day Sabbath. Have you read Revelations? Yes, brother, we've read Revelations. Right now, we're trying to go over the new moon with the congregation or with our brothers and sisters that tune in with the Battle Axes. If you got questions on the new moon, holler at me. So, June 14th, the 4th month, that is our new moon, right? Like I said, once we get our new moons situated down to the whole year, right, it'll be easier for us to do our calendar, right? So the 4th month, which is June, will be new moon June 14th, that Sunday, right? It will be a double Sabbath. That Saturday, the 13th, will be our 7-day Sabbath. New moon will be following, right? July, the 5th month, new moon will be July 13th, right? It will come in on the 13th, and we will celebrate it Tuesday, right? The 14th, right? It will come in 13th that night. We will celebrate it Tuesday. So Monday at eve, when the sun goes down, Monday will be our start of our new moon. We will celebrate it on the 14th, right? That will be our 5th month, right? That will be our new moon for the 5th month in July. July 13th will come. It will come in. 14th will be the day we celebrate it. Okay, the 6th month in August. August 12th will be the day that it comes in, that night at eve. And the 13th will be the day that we celebrate it, right? So Thursday will be the 13th. We will celebrate new moon that Thursday. The 12th. The 12th will be when the new moon starts and comes in, right? So August, which is the 6th month. The 4th, 5th, and 6th month don't really have names, but we call them the 4th, 5th, and the 6th month. The 6th month will be August, right? Again, Hernandez, I told you, we ain't on that right now. If you want to stick around after we do the calendar, we can go into that. Do you believe all nations and all tongues, not just Israel, will be saved? No. The Bible doesn't even believe that. The Bible doesn't even believe that. So why would I believe contrary to the Bible? Revelation 7 going down into 9 lets you know that there'll be a multitude, but that multitude is going into Israel. Like I said, if you want to stick around, we can definitely get into it. Let them know we good. So the 6th month, August 13th, will be our new moon. That Thursday we will celebrate it. The 5th month, July 14th, will be our new moon. That Tuesday we will celebrate it Tuesday. June the 4th month, June 14th, which is the 4th month, will be our new moon. That will be the first day of that month, right? Of the 4th month. We will celebrate it on a Sunday. The month of Sivan, or May to the world. That new moon will be May 16th. We will celebrate that Saturday. The month of Ziph, which the world knows as April. New moon will be April 17th. Friday will be the celebration, and the first month of the year of Bib, new moon will be March 19th, Thursday, right? So now, coming into the 7th month, September, right? The new moon and Memorial, we'll go back to that. New moon will be September the 10th. That will be a Thursday. We will celebrate it that Thursday. It will come in on the 9th at Eve. We will celebrate it Thursday, right? The 8th month, October. New moon, or the first day of October, the 8th month will be it will come in on the 9th at Eve. We will celebrate it the 10th, right? So that will be another double Sabbath. The 10th on October the 10th, which is the start of the 8th month, it will come in Friday, right? So we will celebrate that Friday, and the Sabbath, the 7-day Sabbath, will be Saturday. So we have an option where we can celebrate it Friday at sundown, going into the Sabbath, or we can celebrate it actually on the Sabbath day with our 7-day Sabbath. Regardless or not, it will be a double Sabbath, right? The new moon and the 7-day Sabbath will be a double Sabbath, right? The 9th month, which is Caslu, right? Which is November. New moon will be November the 9th. It will come in on the 8th at Eve. We will celebrate it on the 9th, which will be a Sunday, right? Another double Sabbath, right? So Saturday will be the 7-day Sabbath, followed by the month Caslu, which will be November 9th at Sunday. So we will celebrate Saturday the 7-day Sabbath, and Sunday we'll be celebrating the new moon, right? So another double Sabbath. I told you, we're going to have a lot of those periodically this year. December, which is the 10th month, Deca, right? We know November is Nov, is 9, October is 8. They put these things in your face for you to know, right? Shalom, shalom. Caslu, the new moon, November will be the 9th, right? It will come in on the 8th. We will celebrate it on that Sunday, which will be the day after 7-day Sabbath, double Sabbath. 10th month, Deca, right? Which means 10, December. New moon will be on the 8th, Tuesday. We will celebrate it on Tuesday the 8th, right? January, which is the 11th month. New moon will be January the 7th, 2027, right? The new moon will be January the 7th, 2027, right? That will be the 11th month, right? And then the 12th month to finish off will be February, or Adar. New moon will be February the 6th. That will be a Saturday, right? So that will be a double Sabbath as well, right? Because it comes in Friday night at sundown, so we can celebrate it Friday when the sun goes down, or we can celebrate it on the Sabbath as well, right? So we have a lot of double Sabbaths coming in this year, right? That will be your year for your new moon. So the first thing we do is get the new moons, right? Remember, that's going to help us. Now let's go back into March, right? Because the first thing in March that comes right after the new moon is what? Passover, right? Passover will be April 1st through April 8th. Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread will be April 1st through April 8th, right? Let's go to Exodus 12 and 1. Let's go to Leviticus 23. Exodus 12 and 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year unto you, right? And as we keep reading down, we're also instituting the Passover, right? Speaking to all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take unto them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for in the house, right? So remember that, the 10th day of this month. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 23. Start at verse 4. Leviticus 23 and 4. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover. So the 10th day, say we should take a lamb, right? But on the 14th day is the Passover of the Lord. Now, a lot of things that we have to understand, all right? The new moon is what? March 19th for Abib. That is our new year. So we count that day, right? So we count that day as one day. That will be the first day of the month. 14 days later will be April 1st. That will be the Passover. Your brothers and sisters understand. Abib's new moon is March 19th. March 19th will be the first day of that month. We count that day and we count 14 days after, right? So March 19th will be the first day. March 20th. March 21st, March 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. And when we get to April 1st, that will be the 14th day of the new year. All right? So we're going to celebrate our Passover April 1st. It says on the 14th day of the first month. The first day of the first month is what? March 19th. The 14th day of the first month will be what? April 1st. I know a lot of people like, well, and this is the Hebrew calendar, right? Because within the Hebrew calendar, you're going to see months overlap themselves. March, April will be your first month. April, May will be your second month. May, June will be your third. June, July will be your fourth, because they interchange, right? Because just because it's the first day of April doesn't mean that that's the first, that means that that's the new month, right? April the 1st, we will still be in the first month. Shalom, shalom. All right? Even though April the 1st is the 14th, because April the 1st is the 14th day of the first month. All right? This is because the Roman Greco calendar is different from the Hebrew calendar. We do 30 days, right? So even though we're in April, which is the 1st of April, we are still in the first month, right? And April the 1st will be our Passover from April 1st to April 8th, because we will celebrate it 7 days. Let's read it. Again, Leviticus 23 and 5. And the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days you must eat unleavened bread. And the first day you should have a holy convocation. So we're going to have a holy convocation on the 1st. And you should have a holy convocation. You should no servile work then. But you should offer offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. And the 7th day is a holy convocation. You should do no servile work. So we know that April 1st and April 8th, we must come together and congregate together as a nation, right? You have to go and you have to what? Come together as a nation, right? On the first day and on the last day, right? Also, when it says, again, let's read it. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover. And on the 15th day of the same month is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Basically, you're going into the day of unleavened bread as April 1st goes down. So when April 1st is ending, you're going into the unleavened bread as well, right? So April 1st at sundown will be your unleavened bread as well. So they're on the same day. Because the new year, because a day in Hebrew is what? The evening and the morning, right? The evening and the morning. So we go to Genesis. Let's go to Genesis chapter 1. chapter 1, verse 3. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. So in the Hebrew, the evening starts off a new day. So the evening of April 1st, which is Passover, will also be the start of unleavened bread. Brothers and sisters, please let me know if it makes sense, you have understanding. Also, it told us that on the first day of Passover is a holy convocation, and on the last day is holy convocation. So we must gather on those 2 days. So April 1st, we would definitely gather, whether it be the school or wherever we do it. April 8th, we would gather as well. That is a mandatory, right? Now, if we wanted to gather on every day, we could, right? We could celebrate the feast of Passover and unleavened bread every day if we wanted to. We know we're in captivity, right? So we know that we have work that we have to do. But we always try to do at least 3 or 4 days. Here at Battle Axes, we try to do 4 days of Passover. So it would be that 1st, the 8th. It will probably be that Sabbath evening, and then probably like a Wednesday or a Thursday, right? We would always try to do at least 4 days to celebrate the Passover. But the 1st and the 8th are the days that we mandatorily must keep the Passover, right? So you can go to 1 Corinthians 5 and 7. You can go to Numbers 9 and 14, right? We can go to Mark 14 and 12. These are all precepts for the Passover, right? Next, coming up on the Hebrew calendar, right? The next thing coming up on the Hebrew calendar would be Sivan, right? That would be May. The first day of that month will be May 16th, right? And it says, let's go there. Let's get to Pentecost, because that will be next for us, right? Now we know we have our new moon set for Pentecost. New moon will be what? May 16th for the month Sivan, right? That will be our first day. Now let's go to Leviticus 23 and 9. Leviticus 23 and 15, Salakia. And ye shall, well, we can read up because 9 goes into the first fruits, right? Leviticus 23 and 9, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speaking to the children of Israel, and saying to them, when ye be come into the land which I give you, and ye shall reap the harvest thereof, then shall you bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest. And he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it, right? So now you know, Pentecost is going into what, 50 days or going into 7 weeks, right? That's why we call it the Feast of Weeks, right? Now, this is heavy in understanding the Feast of Weeks, because it says, verse 11 again, he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted for you on the morrow after the Sabbath. What Sabbath is it going into? It's going into what? On April the 8th, that will be a what? Holy convocation. That will be a Sabbath. Edgar, man. Edgar, if we teaching about it, you don't think we know what happened, man? Ask yourself, do you know what happened? How about that? Let's see if you know. Enlighten us, Edgar. Put us in the chat and let us know what happened on Pentecost. So that will be it's called the Feast of Weeks, right? Feast of Pentecost, Feast of First Fruits, right? But it says the morrow after the Sabbath. What Sabbath is it talking about? It's talking about April the 8th, the last day of new moon unleavened bread. So the morrow after that Sabbath, right? So we'll count from April the 10th, and that will get us to our Feast of Pentecost, which will be 50 days or 7 weeks, which will be May 22nd. Again, the morrow after the Sabbath, right? So April 8th, right, will be the last day of Tabernacles, will be the last day of unleavened bread and Passover, right? That day will be complete at the 9th day. The 10th day will be the morrow after the Sabbath. So from the 10th day of April, from April the 10th, 50 days or 7 weeks later will be May 22nd. Please, that is heavy. This is heavy. This is one of the toughest ones. I'm not gonna lie. We used to have we be sitting and we'll be delegating. We were like, we got to. Ben the Maccabees, when he first started doing the calendar, he was trying to put us on game and show us, and we just came together. We understand that tomorrow after the Sabbath, so the 8th will be the last Sabbath that it refers to. The 10th will be the day that we count from the sheaf wave, which will be the 10th to May 22nd, which will be a Friday. Feast of Pentecost will be May 22nd, or Feast of Weeks will be May 22nd. That will be a Friday, right? Also going into a double Sabbath. Because if we celebrate Pentecost on that Friday, the next day coming up is a 7-day Sabbath. So brothers and sisters, be understanding of that. A lot of double Sabbath this year, right? What's next, right? The day of what? Day of Simon, right? No, so we went to Pentecost. We read down Leviticus 23, 9 all the way down, right? You can read it all the way down to verse 25, right, for the Pentecost. We can also go, make sure you put these precepts for Pentecost. Proverbs 3 and 9. That's a precept for Pentecost. If y'all not writing this down, please write this down. Romans 11 and 16. That will be another precept for Pentecost. 1 Corinthians 15 and 20. And the most importantly, like we said, Leviticus 23, 9, all the way down to 25. Now, this is heavy because these scriptures are going to be your guider and setting up your calendar, brothers and sisters, right? So we have all of our new moons set up, right? We went through the month of Abib. We went through our new moon, which is the 19th. We've celebrated Passover, right, which was April 1st through April 8th. I'm not saying we had, just saying we went through it, right? And now we came into the next month, April, which is Ziph. We did our new moon on April 17th, Friday, right? And then we went into our next moon, the next month, Sivan. And we did our new moon on Saturday, May 16th, right? Following that new moon, the next week will be May 22nd, which will be Friday, Feast of Weeks, right? 50 days, right? 7 weeks. Then we have May 9th come up, right? So before, in Salakia, because May 9th is the day of Simon, brothers and sisters. I forgot to put that in there, right? That's before all of it. I just went to the big high holy days, but we also celebrate the day of Simon, which will be May 9th, right? And that will be Friday as well. I'm telling you, it's a lot of double Sabbaths, man. Shalom, shalom. It's a lot of double Sabbaths, man. Shalom, Lamar, how you doing that? So day of Simon will be May 9th, Friday and Saturday, right? Another double Sabbath, right? Followed by May 22nd, Feast of Pentecost, right? Another double Sabbath, right? So we have a lot of days going in the May, right? We have a new moon in May. We have day of Simon, May 9th in Sivan, and we also have Pentecost, May 22nd in Sivan, right? I mean, not Pentecost, Simon, right? Pentecost. So we got Simon, May the 9th, Salakia, family. I hope I ain't butchering and getting y'all off. So the month of Sivan, new moon is May 16th, right? Day of Simon will be May 9th, right? That will still be in the month of Ziph, right? But we will celebrate it in the month of Ziph, May 9th, right? So before that new moon comes, we will celebrate Simon, May the 9th. It will still be the month of Ziph. Then we will celebrate the new moon, which will be May 16th. And then we will celebrate Feast of Pentecost, which will be May 22nd, right? It's sometimes I know I want to be able to give y'all the clarity of it as much as I can, but sometimes I ain't gonna lie. I be my mind be like, oh man, I want to make sure I do it right though. So I know y'all might have a little more. I might have to go back and read it and go over it honestly. So I want there's a girl by. So we know that Simon is first Maccabees, right? Chapter 13. That's the precept for Simon, right? Let's go to first Maccabees. chapter 13. Let's just start at verse 50, all right? First Maccabees chapter 13, verse 50. Then cried they unto Simon, beseeching him to be at one with them, which thing he granted them. And when he had put them out from thence, he cleansed the tower from pollution, and entered into the 23 day of the second month. So you see, this is why May 9th we're still in the second month, right? Because we know that May 16th is the third month. We know May 16th starts Sabbath. So even though we're in May 9th, we're still in the second month, which is Zip. So it says, and entered into the 23 day, so the 23rd day of the second month, in the 171st year, with thanksgiving and branches of songs. So the 23rd day of the second month, which is April Zip, will be May 9th, right? We'll still be in that second month, May the 9th. We won't come into that third month Savan until what? Somebody let me know you follow me. What day will we come into the month Savan as the first day of the month? When will the new moon be in Savan in May? Somebody give it to me. Please let me know you follow. What day? We know that day of Simon is the second month, May 9th. When will we fully come into, that's right, thank you, I'll pray this, Sister Mary Houston. May 16th will be the start of Savan. So we'll still be celebrating Simon in the second month, right? But Pentecost will be celebrated in the third month because it's May 22nd, right? Good. I'll pray this. Thank you, sis. So we know we don't have any high holy days in July except what? The new moon, right? July new moon will be what? The 14th. We'll celebrate it that Tuesday, right? August, the 6th month, we have nothing but what? A new moon as well, right? August 13th will be that new moon. It'll come in Thursday. We'll celebrate it Wednesday. It'll come in Wednesday. We'll celebrate it Thursday. So July and August, we only have new moons, right? And 7-day Sabbaths, right? Now, coming into the 7th month, this is a heavy month for the children of Israel. Now, we already know this is a heavy month for the children of Israel, right? The 7th month, the new moon will be September the 10th. What also will be on September the 10th, brothers and sisters, in the 7th month. What also will be on September the 10th in the 7th month? No, not. What is the first one? You got ahead of yourself. No, the 10th day. I mean the Salaki. Let me get it straight again. September the 10th will be the new moon. That will be the first day of September. What on that same day? That's right. Memorial blowing the trumpets. All praise you call. Let's go to Leviticus 23 and 24. That will be memorial blowing the trumpets. All praises. So, and the Lord, Leviticus 23 and 23. We'll start at 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the first day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing trumpets, a holy convocation. So we know that the first month, the first day of the 7th month, we already got our new moons, right? We know that the new moon is what? September the 10th. So it lets us know that also that same self day will be the memorial of blowing the trumpets. Does that make sense, brothers and sisters? It's all good, no problem. But I know it's kind of confusing right now because even I myself am still going over it a little bit, and I know my word, I know I'm kind of getting y'all caught up a little bit too, but we always go back and look at it again. So I understand, brothers and sisters. So Memorial blowing the trumpet and new moon will fall on September the 10th, right? Leviticus 23 and 24. Make sure you put that there. This is a heavy month. What high holy day will come next? What high holy day will come next? Now you on sister Genesis. What high holy day will come next? Now we're getting into our Day of Atonement. Let's read down. Let's stay Leviticus 23. We just read 23 and 24. We'll read 25 and read on down. You shall do no servile work therein, but you shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. So we know the day of memorial blowing the trumpet is a holy convocation. We must come together, right? 26. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, also on the 10th day of the 7th month. I seen your calendar. Now, we got Officer Jerubbaal, Officer Benaniyah. He's typing up like we had one last year. He's typing that up for the congregation. We'll probably have it this Sabbath. But I'll send you my rough draft that I have, and then you can just get that later too. So it says also on the 10th day of the 7th month. What's the first day of the 7th month? September 10th. So 10 days later, we count the 10th, right? Because the 10th is the first day, the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, the 19th. What day is Day of Atonement on, brothers and sisters? The 19th to the 20th. That's right. The 19th or the 20th. We can celebrate it on the 19th, sister. That's right. Or we can celebrate it on the 20th, right? If we celebrate it on the 20th, that means we will celebrate it before the sun goes down on the 20th, right? Does that make sense, right? Yes, Sister Danielle. I need to get your number. Can you? My number is on here. Can you please text me? And I'll text it to you tonight when we get out of class. Lamar. So we can celebrate Day of Atonement on the 19th, or we can celebrate it on the 20th, right? We know if we celebrate it on the 20th, then we have to celebrate it before the sun goes down, because if the sun goes down on the 20th, that means that that's what? A new day. All right. And also September 19th will be what? A Saturday. So even if we celebrate on the 19th or the 20th, Atonement will be what? Another double Sabbath. So it'll be another double Sabbath, right? So we have our new moon, the memorial blowing the trumpet, September the 10th. We have our Day of Atonement, September the 19th. And then what's next? Feast of what? Tabernacles, right? Let's read down. Let's go jump down to verse 33. Leviticus 23 and 33. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of the 7th month. So we know that the 10th day was what? The 19th, right? So we know 5 days later will be our what? Tabernacle. So our tabernacle will be what? The 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. So our tabernacle will be September 24th through what? September 30th, right? Because it says, speaking to the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of the 7th month shall be a feast of tabernacle for you 7 days unto the Lord. So we know we celebrate tabernacles 7 days, right? We celebrate Passover, Unleavened bread, 7 days. I got you, sister. I got you. I'm gonna send it to you after class. All praises, the water. I got you too, brother Lamar. Hey Lamar, text me out because I don't know if I still got the same number or what. But make sure you text me that too. You know my phone number is on the page. Text me so I can have your number right now so I can make sure I send it to you. I send it to both of y'all right after class. And whoever else need it, Shalom, 42 elders. If anybody else need it, please text my number and we can get it to you tonight, the rough draft, and we'll have the hard copies here Sabbath, Lord willing. So we know Feast of Tabernacles is 5 days after Atonement, right? We know Atonement is on the 19th. Tabernacle will be the 24th. We know we celebrated 7 days, right? Again, verse 35. On the first day shall have a holy convocation, right? And on the last day we shall have and we jump down to verse 39. On the first day shall be a Sabbath. On the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. So we know we celebrate these days. So we know the 24th we would definitely be in the building somewhere, brothers and sisters, celebrating. And we know on the 30th we will be in the building somewhere celebrating, right? So we know that those are holy convocations that we must celebrate. So 7 months is a heavy month. We kind of made it through this, the 7 month. Look on the page. If you go on the page, Bayla 2092, you can look on the page and see. Or you can look. Let them know, Brother Lamar or Sister Danielle, where they can see it. So we had the 7 month is heavy. We had new moon with memorial blowing the trumpet on the 10th. We had Day of Atonement on the 19th, followed by Feast of Tabernacles, September the 24th through the 30th. We have a heavy 7th month every year, brothers and sisters. October, which will be the 8th month, right? What do we have? We only have a new moon and we have 7-day Sabbaths, right? So the 8th month we'll have new moon, which we have it already on the 10th, and it'll be a double Sabbath, right? So that's the only thing we have for October, the 4 7-day Sabbaths, and we have the new moon. For December, Salakia, Caslu. That's what we just did. Caslu was the 9th month. The 10th month, Deca, will have only new moon, right? Which will be a Tuesday, and we'll have the 4 7-day Sabbaths, right? Followed by January, which will be 2027. New moon will be January the 7th, and February, new moon will be what? February the 6th, right? So we have a lot. Now, this is just a small piece of the calendar. This should help you get an order. We know that we'll have destruction of Nicanor and Purim in the month of Adar, right? So we'll have destruction of Nicanor and Purim. I didn't put that on the calendar yet. Like I said, it will be on the hard copy. Barakiah just texted me and asked me could I send him the hard copy, the last copy before he gets started on it. So I'll definitely do that as well. But brothers and sisters, this will be your calendar for 2026-27. Right? The first thing we did was what? We got all of our Sabbaths in order, all of our new moons, the first days of the month, and then that helps us get everything else in order. Brothers and sisters, let me know if it was edifying enough for you to try to do it yourself, or if you had understanding, or if you need more. Because if you need more, I'll try to do another class on it. But if you were able to get a form of understanding on it, let me know in the chat as well, brothers and sisters. Like I said, it's a lot more to it, but that's your foundation of doing the calendar, right? So you can have brothers and sisters at home trying to do their calendars. Hey, Cap, I try to do the calendar. Let me know what you think. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's go. Let's get it, right? You never know what your calling is. So that's how we're doing tonight, brothers and sisters. I thank you for tuning in tonight. Again, I got you, Sister Danielle and Brother Lamar. If anybody else needs the calendar, please reach out to me. I can send you the rough draft. At least you'll have the dates, right? of the high holy days of the three high holy, the must keepers, Deuteronomy 16:16, and you'll be able to have the new moons right in line too. So with that, I say shalom, brothers and sisters. We always say keep the laws of the Most High God. Let's go back to Exodus 12. We always want to leave with a law. Let's go back to Exodus 12:1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year unto you. Right? Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month, so you take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. So we always know that the new moon was instituted by God with the Passover. So all praises to the Most High God for this lesson. I pray, brothers and sisters, have a great night. If y'all do have to get out, please be safe. I know we have some roads that are still clogged up and not looking too good. With that, Israel, shalom.